How to love a woman without falling in love with her. I will say that one more time. How to love a woman without falling in love with her. Now, I put up a post inside of my community, Headman Nation, where I've been helping these guys learn, understand, and master the language of women. And I put up a post and I said, looking for some video ideas. I go, ask me anything. Really, ask me anything. Any good question, any good video topic, ask me anything. If it's good, I'm going to make a video on it. And this guy goes, how to love a woman without falling in love with her. And I thought that this was a damn good question. I thought that this was super good. I thought that this was even asked the right way. Like, how to love a woman without falling in love with her. This is something that you are going to have to deal with if and only if you are dealing with a woman that you find extremely gorgeous or extremely beautiful. If you are dealing with a woman that is extremely gorgeous or extremely beautiful to you, you run the risk of revealing your interest level. You run the risk of revealing your attachment level. You run the risk of falling to lust. Okay? Lust is the downfall of all men. That attachment is going to be the downfall of you as a man. And I'm going to explain to you what to do. How to love a woman without falling in love with her. Listen to me very closely. The only time you will ever catch yourself falling in love with a woman is when this one thing happens right here that I'm about to tell you. The one thing that happens 10 times out of 10 is you start loving her more than your God-given purpose. You start putting her before your God-given purpose. And I'm not just talking about time investment. I'm talking about mental fucking energy, mental bandwidth. A woman knows when you are giving her more mental bandwidth day to day than you are giving your God-given purpose. That God-given purpose, that can be your career, that can be your mission in life, that can be your calling, whatever it is. Men have to go and build. A man has to go and conquer the mission that he wants to conquer. A man has to go and build the mission that he thinks that he has to succeed in. A man has to go out there and perform. A man has to go out there and build. There ain't no way around that. You're going to have to deal with that right there every single day until the day you die. Okay? And even if some of you say, well, I'm going to get rich and then I'm going to retire and I won't have a purpose, good luck, because that ain't going to hold her interest either, because watch you start to fill that lack of time with lust. Listen to me very closely. You could be spending even 10 hours a day on your God-given purpose, and you could maybe only talk to her for, let's say, 20 or 30 minutes or just a few text messages. Women have like an internal sense. Women know when you are giving them more attention and more focus on an energetic level, right? You could be 500 miles, 1,000 miles away. It's like women just internally know. A woman knows when you are putting her on your priority list higher or above your God-given purpose. And the second that you start giving her more mental energy, more mental focus, more mental bandwidth every single day of your life, the second that you start thinking about her and giving her more mental bandwidth every single day towards that relationship or towards maintaining her interest, then you are giving your God-given purpose, she will leave you. She will leave you and she will pull back. How do you love a woman without falling in love with her? I am going to tell you right now. You love a woman by loving her as an individual. You love her as a human. If you take a look at anybody you love, it could be your brother, it could be your sister, it could be your uncle, it could be your grandpa, it could be your grandma. Anybody that you love them on a human level. You can love her on a human level and you say, hey, this person, I love the traits, the characteristics about her, but I am not going to get attached and fall to lust. I am not going to fall in love with her beauty. I am not going to get attached to that touch, because you have to look at what this means. When you say to me as a man, you say, how do I not fall in love with a woman? The way that you fall in love is your interest level is revealed through that touch, through lust. You crave that sex, you crave that intimacy. The second you crave that sex and that intimacy, you fall weak to temptation, you fall weak to touch. It's like you sit there and you fantasize about all those things. That touch, right? The way she smells, how soft her skin is, all of that. The second that you start fantasizing about all of the things that are leaving you weak or creating that lust in your life, that is when a woman senses that you have just went weak. That is when a woman senses that your pleasures and your desires are now in control of you and you're not in control of them. You cannot go weak for a woman. I'm going to say this even. You cannot fall in love with a woman, because the second that you do, she knows, okay, that you have basically displeased God. If you take a look at one of the downfalls of men, right? A word that we don't talk about very much today is the word sin. Lust, for the longest time, and probably even still is today, is still considered one of the sins, right, that can weaken a man. When she sees that you are being weakened, when she sees that you are being weakened through her beauty, when she sees that you are giving her so much time, energy, emphasis, and care, all because on an energetic level, on an energy level, an aura level, what you're signaling is attachment. When she knows and when she can see that it is to continuously gain access to her and with her to share an intimate experience, right? You crave that lust. When she sees that you have went down that specific rabbit hole, watch her pull away. You'll be punished for weakness. You'll be punished for weakness on every level. She says, this man, not only has he revealed his interest level, he's too attached. He can't spiritually protect me. He can't guide me. This man is thinking with emotion and not his rational masculine intellect. You'll never see her ever again. How do you love a woman without falling in love with her? I'm going to tell you this right now. The way you do it is this. You tell yourself, and you know damn well deep down that the second you fall in love with her and you go weak for her beauty, you're never going to see her ever again. So I advise you to do this. What you need to do is you need to understand that if you fall in love with her, it will be the end of the relationship. But if you love her, right, as just a human like you would love anybody else, your mom, your grandma, your dad, anybody, that is how you retain her interest level, because she wants to be treated fairly. The second that you fall in love with her, you are not treating her fairly. You have placed her above your God-given purpose. She's basically gained a special level of treatment that she probably has not deserved, and definitely doesn't even want to be placed in that category of you being so invested and attached that you're weak and you can't walk away. You love a woman without falling in love with her, right? You love a woman without falling in love with her by knowing that the second you fall in love with her and you get attached to that lust, you're displeasing God. And listen to me closely. I don't know any other way to describe it. If I want to give a guy my best honest answer, this is the best honest answer that I can give you. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. Join us inside of that community that I built. We have over 2,000 guys together where I'm helping them learn, understand, and master the language of women. I just built a bunch of cool new phases and products inside of the classroom that you can check out when you see this. It's not just the language of women. There's a bunch of stuff in there. I created language of women texting. I created phase 3. We have the female fantasy blueprint. Phase 4, we have illusions of value, where I show you step by step specifically how to improve not only your photos in a specific way to gain attraction and leverage on dating apps, but I show you how to even restructure that inside of your social media. Everything ties together. You're creating the perception of the right type of masculine archetype, the right type of unique masculine archetype that you want her to see. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.